Alright, what is up? It is me, Spacebar, I'm back. I'm gonna let the Dreamcast kind of start up for you guys, so you can get that feeling of the Dreamcast. Starting up, you could hear those gears churning, cranking, waking up all the neighbors. We got the Dreamcast controller right here. Clunky thing. Look at this thing. Absolutely ridiculous controller. And anyway, I'm here to show you guys a game called Toy Commander. This is a childhood favorite for me. Definitely brings me back. It's such a simple, cute game that I just have to show you guys a little bit about this. So, you see there's, like, first of all, look at the graphics. Incredible graphics, really showcasing what the Dreamcast could do back in 1999, which is unbelievable. And you got this kid, and we're in his imagination right now. He's got the little pilot helmet on, the Amelia Earhart helmet. He's flying his planes around in the room, and nobody knows what this game is, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So, basically, we're going to control planes and cars in a toy soldier sort of style, in a very, very charming way, where we're just going to have to go throughout different areas of the house and beat stages. So each area of the house has 7 stages with one boss. That includes one boss, and there are 7 areas of the house, or technically 8, but the eighth one is just the final boss, which is Huggy Bear. There he is, the antagonist himself. He's got a lot of evil things to say, and you're going to see all the bosses creep up behind him. Those are all the bosses in the game of the different areas. We'll be taking down each one of them as we go throughout the game. And, very difficult to play this because of the clunky controller. And, Andy, the time has come. We toys are sick and tired of how you use us and then toss us aside. So prepare for a mutiny as I, Huggy Bear, claim the title of Toy Commander. He thinks he's the Toy Commander. We're going to show him who the real Toy Commander is. Thanks for good luck, everybody. What is good? I see everybody in the chat. Alright. So, what should we name the file? Let's just name it, for Nissan. There we go. Alright, so this is it, the main menu. We jump right into the game. You're going to see, these are the different areas. We got the kitchen and the dining room. Whatever this is, coming soon, coming soon, coming soon, coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. And then, what's that underneath there? I can't really see. Coming soon. So, this is it. We're jumping to the first area. We've got 7 stages. We have to unlock the other stages. So every time you beat one, you unlock 2 more stages. So, we're just going to 100% the whole game. That's the plan here. So, anyway, through a combination of cars, trucks, planes, we're about to jump right into it. We'll start off with a training stage, and I will do my best to explain as I play. So, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. So right off, this is a training stage, and they're going to start us off with a plane. And very simply, we have to go over to that arrow and land on the runway. And instead of going down the runway the normal way, we're going to actually use this bread to help stop us sooner. Now, we unlock this helicopter, where we have to pick up the sugar cubes and drop them off into the coffee. You could drop 2 or 3. I personally like 3. But you do clear the area by just getting 2 sugar cubes in. And now we're the truck, utilizing some weird gravity ramps that let you drive up the walls, which is like really cool. Ooh. And we are going to try to stay on the countertop here and drive into the chocolate. And this is kind of giving you an idea of the different vehicles and what they could do. So you have planes that could kind of shoot and attack. You have vehicles that can pick up things and drop them. And here we're another plane, and this one can shoot. So we're going to try to shoot the stove here. I think I got it. I did not. I'm just going to restart because it's just easier that way. So here we have to boil eggs, but it takes a little bit of time for the water to boil, so we are going to just do this. So I usually do this stage first, so it's like reset heavy. There we go. So we turn the burner on. Now we have to get the eggs in. This is also tricky. Let's see if we can do it. Boom. I don't know if that landed in there or not. No, it landed on the floor. Alright. Unfortunate, but yes, this is actually one of the hardest stages. This is why I like start with this one. But because shooting this is very precise, and then getting the eggs in. Did I get it? No. All right, I'm just gonna shoot it with a machine gun. Get in there. I missed it again. This is going terribly already. All right, turn on. There we go. So we turn the burner on, and now without cracking the eggs, we have to get them in. So I'll just take it a little bit slow here as I drive at like Mach 10. All right, that one's in there. I heard it drop, and now I have to get one more in there. So we'll knock this one in. That did not go in. Come on, egg stage. You're really gonna do this to me? All right, get in there. Boiling rage, because I am raging right now. As you can see, that's how you boil eggs, I guess. Anyway, so on to the next stage. They're all different themes, these stages. This stage is a race. It's kind of introducing the race theme. So there's very, very, very unique stages throughout the areas here. But there is sometimes common themes. And this race with this green rings is one of the themes that you're going to see in each area. There will be at least one race stage. So this is just a one-lap race, kind of introducing you to the idea, as we're going to hit all the boosts, hit all of the green rings, and there we go. Oh yeah, the stove is also a Dreamcast. That is actually hilarious. So this stage, they use the same area, but look at this. The kitchen is now flooded, which I just find really cool and charming. How they take the same area and make it kind of creative. So you're supposed to escort a boat through here and take out all these submarines, but the stage actually ends when you take out all the submarines. So I'm just gonna quickly fly ahead and take them all out. And it takes 4 pencil shots to take out these submarines. Every different type of enemy has a different amount of damage to kill it. Those submarines take 4 regular pencil shots, which are homing attack missiles that, as long as your crosshair is on them, they will homing attack in. I'll explain that a little bit more later. But here on this stage, another cool themed stage, we are not even going to use the plane. We're just going to switch right to the truck, which I call these hostage pickup vehicles because they can't shoot or attack, but they can only pick things up and drop them. So whereas the ones that can attack can't do that. So we're just going to drive right in here, pick up the big bomb, and normally you'd have to switch to the plane, kind of take out all these enemies. And then we're going to drop the plane on... Oop. The goal of this stage was to take out the bridge, and we dropped the bomb on the bridge. You're supposed to shoot it, but we can manipulate the enemy who is shooting at us. So after he shoots, you drop the bomb, he ends up shooting his own bomb. And he blows up the bridge for us so that we don't have to switch to the other vehicle, which is kind of nice. This one is we have to take out an enemy helicopter base and then finish off the helicopters, even though they're probably not helicopters. That's good RNG. We got an upgrade there, which is very nice. We can let us kill the base even faster than normal, and now we can switch to the other plane, which is sitting at home, to take out the, whatever you want to call these. I guess they're more like jets. And you take them all out, and that's the stage. You just kill the helicopter base, and then you kill the jets. And now we're already on to the first boss. So the bosses are really cool in this game. They're giving me infinite ammo here because they're kind of like warming me up, but they have weak spots. So this guy's weak spot is his arms. You take out his arms, and then his head activates into like phase 2. And you take out the head, and boom, there it is. Now, we have unlocked that boss as a playable character in the very end of the stage. Onto the second area, the kid's bedroom, so you're going to see a different area now. This one, you have to only shoot all of the red guys. This is an RNG stage, and you only have 5 missiles to work with, so they're kind of like throwing you a different theme here, and they're like, you only have a limited set of ammo to work with, so use it wisely, kind of. And I've already used all 5 of my missiles. Like this guy, he's a little high up, so I'm actually going to use my machine gun and tilt the truck upwards in order to take that guy out without having to use my missile. So just trying to be as efficient as you can here. That is a pencil that gives you more ammo. Like once again, I'm going to tilt the ship up here in order to take out those. I just sniped that guy from underneath, and you can see on the top right is a mini-map. I'm utilizing the mini-map a lot on this stage. I didn't even mention that. But yeah, there's a mini-map on the top right that I am utilizing here to figure out where these guys are, and the last one should be right here on the right. Nope, he's actually beneath. So it looks like he's on the castle, but he's actually underneath the castle on the right here. There he is. And that's the last guy. So yeah, just a combination of you have infinite ammo with your machine gun. The machine gun only shoots directly where you're facing. Whereas the missiles, you can like aim your crosshair and shoot them up or down. But when you like drive the truck forward and backwards, you can tilt the cars a little bit, which helps me to use my machine gun to kill guys that are just a little bit off the ground, instead of having to use missiles for all of them. So this is the race stage of the children's bedroom. This is a very, very difficult stage as far as ILs. I've spent a lot of time ILing this stage because it's just very tricky. The car is moving extremely fast. It's a 4-lap race too, which is like a lot for this game. And shout outs to Sonic the Hedgehog as you saw. Get out of the way, bus. What are you doing? Get out of my way. Yeah, the vehicles love to get in the way. Also, it's kind of cool because like you see these different vehicles and you get to kind of play as them later on and stuff like that. So this race car vehicle only shows up twice, and it's for 2 races. And like that taxi vehicle, you'll play as that taxi vehicle in the stage that is kind of thematically themed is what I was going to say, but that's using the same word twice. I don't really think that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, so I got the green ring so I can just go backwards. I mean, I didn't mean to, but you can. It happens sometimes. And then you'll see, so I'm racing against the bus, the taxi, and what I like to call the toilet car. So that's what that little white car is. Where am I going? As I call it, the toilet car, and you'll see why. But yeah, you'll also see that this vehicle has nothing it can do. It can't pick things up, it can't shoot. So some vehicles just have nothing. They can only just drive. There it is, the toilet car trying to take me out. Alright. So as you saw, I was nowhere near the green ring, but it still counted because game is funny and those green rings aren't the same as their volume trigger. So like, I don't actually know where the volume trigger is as far as coding goes, but just through trial and error, I can kind of tell how big or small they are based on what you're seeing. So this is an awesome stage. You only have this truck, and you have to pick up six soldier guys. So you'll notice I only have 5 inventory slots to pick them up. So how am I going to deal with that? I have to pick up 6 guys who are hidden throughout this whole area. Sonic the Hedgehog, by the way, on the calendar right there if you didn't see. And right here, I'm actually going to abuse the pickup function. And that guy's down there on the bottom left. I just picked him up without having to drive all the way down there, which is really cool. And now here's the 3rd guy. And in order to be able to get the rest of the guys, which are all way up here, I'm actually going to do something that I found, which I love that I found this, where you just drop the guy and push him off the edge. Uh-oh. Where's he going? Well, he's landing where we need to put them back later, and I will pick him up and put him down in the correct spot later on, which is going to be pretty cool. So here, now I just need to get the last 2 guys, since I have 3, but I dropped that guy off the edge. So there's 4. Now I have to get 1 more and then bring them all back home. This normally took, like, having to leave twice, which is a huge time loss compared to having to go there once. So I'm going to fall off, land on the guitar very nicely, not fall off here, and land inside, and pick the last guy up through the wall, or... what? Where is he? Where'd he go? Did he not land on here? Wow, that like never happens. Oh man. Where'd he go? No, is he off the edge? Oh my goodness, I actually have to read to start the whole stage. Are you serious right now? The only thing I could think of is he just had an insanely unlucky bounce. I've actually, believe it or not, this is gonna sound crazy and like I'm making it up, but that's never happened before. Also, you see all the Sega Dreamcast little Sega shoutouts on the little banisters there. And also, this is a French game, by the way. So you're gonna see a lot of things that are like French, which is just like kind of funny. But yeah, I can't believe I screwed that up. Yeah, typically that doesn't happen. I dropped them off in the correct spot and everything, so that was like really weird. But anyway, I guess you get to see it again. So pick that guy up, kind of through the floor. Get this guy, and I'm gonna make sure, I mean, I don't really know how to make sure, just kind of hope that he doesn't fall into oblivion this time. Alright, I mean, he fell off, let's just hope he's in the right spot. Oh, jeez. Oh, grabbed the boost and it did nothing, cool. The controls are very difficult in this game, okay? Don't judge me. Yes, it is very French. The game is very, very French. Alright, so there we go. We've got 3 of the guys again. Gonna pick this guy. Yeah, if you notice, like, the lettering on the things, like, in the kitchen and stuff like that, there's a lot of just wording of things in French. Like, over there's the NBF, which I just find funny. Alright, can we land on the guitar again? Yes, we can. And hopefully the guy is somewhere around here this time. There we go. Alright, he was outside the wall that time, which is typically where he is. Alright, that took way too long, but here we go. On to the next stage, which is bombs away. So here we're going to pick up these rice packets. I mean, that's what I always thought they were, but they're not actually rice packets. They are just cartons of water, apparently. And very simple idea for this stage. There's dynamite, 3 sticks of dynamite. Got to put them out with the water. So we're going to use this hostage pickup plane here to just drop these things off on top of the dynamite. You can only drop things off when the plane is like flat and straight, so it's kind of tricky to drop things off, but there it is. So this game came out in 1999, and Godzilla was kind of popular then, so this is like a Godzilla-themed stage where I'm going to just use that truck to blast all 10 of my starting missiles, and then I'm going to use the plane to drive around and get all the upgrades, which I didn't even talk about. But there are upgrades for things, and I'm just going to unload into Godzilla there, pick up a couple more ammo. Pick up some erasers, because you have different types of ammo. So you have the plane that has missiles, which you can see the green dot. It'll go onto that green dot as long as you're in the white circle. And then I switched to the, like, drop bombs, which are erasers. And so the pencils, when you get the first upgrade, they turn into pens, and then they turn into markers. And the erasers, they start off as erasers, then they become bigger erasers, and then they become correctors, which is kind of hilarious and funny. And then there's tacks, which are kind of like mines, but you don't really use the mines too much. Oh, that's not good. Don't want that boost. So here, these tanks actually take 10 shots to die, which is much more than a typical enemy in this game. So, and they also have RNG chance of what they drop, so like they could have dropped upgrades and stuff to help me out, but they're not. See, he just dropped mines. Mines is not going to help me out here. And now I'm going to use the erasers. They're teaming up on me right now, but I got some health. And this last guy, since I got really unlucky, I'm just going to have to take him out with a machine gun. So I'm just going to sit here, get really close to him so he can't shoot me. And just keep shooting him with the machine gun until he eventually blows up. Boom. And he dropped another repair. And here's the next boss, Roly Poly. So this guy, maybe when you guys were kids, you had this thing. I don't know what that is, but you gotta take out all 3 rings, and then the head goes up, and there it is. So yeah, so the bosses have like different weak spots, and you can only hurt those weak spots before moving on to the next one. So it makes it like a little bit tricky. You can't just shoot it anywhere. I'm just aiming for its current weak spot, and then once that weak spot dies, then the next part becomes the weak spot. This is the toilet car. So this is one of the coolest stages in the entire game. We're also in the 3rd area now, which is the hallway / mezzanine. It's like a hallway staircase and like a bathroom. Oh, where am I going? I'm actually gonna like try to focus up a little bit, because this is definitely a tricky one. Oh man, unlucky RNG. So we gotta wait for this to open and then drive up here. Get up here without falling. We're on the couch now. Just go over to the dining room table. Jump into this planter, which who has this in their living room? I don't think anybody does. I guess this is like a living room area too, because there's a couch in here. And now we are going to fall down on the side, and like this is like, it's called Labyrinth because it's laid out like a maze. And also what you're noticing during those mini cutscenes is we're opening gates. Like you have to open 3 gates on this stage, and we've opened up 1. We're opening up that, we just opened up a 2nd one, and there's a 3rd one, but it's a bit out of the way. So instead of doing that, we're actually going to skip. We're going to do a skip here. So this is the 2nd gate you could see that's opened that we had to open earlier. And there's a 3rd gate right here on the right, but we are going to go sneak under here, sneak through here, and do an extremely precise trick, which I don't get on the first try. So you have to have a lot of speed to go up this, and it's such a vertical ramp. Like you can see, it's like almost a 45-degree angle pretty much, or not really, but you know, something like that. And in the toilet we go. But yeah, the vehicles have difficulty, or the driving vehicles, I should say, have difficulty going up ramps, especially when they're straight on. So you'll notice, like, whenever I try to go up ramps in this game, I'm gonna, like, go up them at an angle, because you just have a, like, they just don't go up the ramps when you drive straight on, which is just wild. So here, this is a very cute stage as well. You have the tank on this one, which drives very slow. And this is a cycle-based stage, so as long as I make it up in a certain amount of time, I'm okay. But the farm animals are getting killed by the stinky shoes. That's the theme on this one, so we have to deal with that stinky shoe. And in order to deal with that stinky shoe, we got to go all the way up here on the top shelf of the closet and get the stinky shoe deodorant. And now I got to knock this down and avoid those mice that are being annoying on the floor there. So actually, we took out the one mouse, but this guy's actually going to help us out. Boom, he actually pushes it for us right into the stinky shoes. Apparently I didn't take out the other mouse because I just saw it driving around. And yeah, now the shoes smell good and the farm animals are very happy. Alright, now we're gonna slow it down a little bit, okay? That was like very fast, bang, 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 a lot of stuff happening. Now we get into a couple of slower paced stages, thankfully. And so this one is just this is, if you want to call it, the race of this area, because there is no race with green rings in this hallway area. There's just this like fly with the jets sort of stage. And I obviously know the route by heart, but you can look in the top right to see the mini-map. You see the blues are the friendlies, and you just have to stay with these guys, and if you get too far away from them is how you fail the stage. So there's only, yeah, it's not hard, it's pretty easy. You can only really save like a second or two, which I don't even fully understand, but also it's kind of cool, you get to see the whole area here in this one by just kind of flying around. But yeah, as long as I stay with them, if I was to get ahead of them, I can make them like rubber band faster a little bit, but it's just not worth it, like losing the run because of that. So yes, there's one more big turn here and then we'll be finishing off this one. But also really cool, something that if you play this casually you might notice, is the progression on this game is so good. Like they start you off relatively simple, and now here they're introducing the jet. Like this is the first time you've had a flying vehicle that goes that fast. And they're starting to like step it up. They're starting to show you more things. They're starting to play around with the mechanics they've introduced to you. The progression is so fantastic in this game. So this one, really, really cool theme. There's a bunch of fires. We have to put out the fires, but we are not capable of doing that because we need to get the firefighters, which I just missed that guy. So get over the guy. There's a lot of damage I'm taking, which is not good. Also, in the top left, the very top thing in the left is your gas. And the thing below that is your health. So you see my health is kind of like getting close to the red. That's not very good. So yeah, we're going to drop off the first firefighter. He's going to go ahead and start doing his thing. There's a fire truck and then there's a fire plane. So now we're going to land the plane, which you can only switch vehicles when you're completely stopped and landed on the floor, by the way, which makes it a little bit tricky. Now we're going to drive the truck off the edge here because the plane can only pick things up. And we have to get through this spider web, which does respawn over time, but if you go in there and out of there fast enough, you can get it before it respawns. Now, we just gotta really hope that I don't die here, and it doesn't look like I'm gonna die, thank goodness. Okay. Now, we've got the second firefighter. We have to get back up to the helipad, and we are gonna drop him off at the helipad. He's gonna go out to the fire truck now, and the plane is already on its way, but the stage is not over yet, because the plane needs a way to put out the fire. It needs some water. And where's it gonna get some water? Well, from the bathroom sink, of course. So we got to come in here, turn on the water in the bathroom sink to let it fill up, and you will see the plane come in here, and it will start picking up the water and go and drop it off, which is really cool. Also, I'm just going to take this time to like look at some of the stuff. Like, look, they got like little toothbrushes in here. There's like a lot of interactable things. Like, they even have like shampoo. You could destroy this shampoo bottle. If I could do damage, you could see that will take damage and eventually blow up and maybe drop an item. And they hide all sorts of cool stuff in like the cabinets and things like this. Like right there is some gas and some health, which I can just get the little health upgrade back to full health. Yeah, so those bubbles, those are like power-ups and upgrades or whatever you want to call them. The green ones are only gas and health, so you can see them over there. Those look like 2 health ones. So there's gas and health, the pink ones, or the blue ones are always boosts. And then the pink ones are various upgrades, like to your missiles. So it could be pencil upgrades, eraser upgrades, or mine upgrades. There's 3 different ones. Or no, I'm sorry. There's 3 different sets of ammunition. So you can get missile ammunition, eraser ammunition, or mine ammunition. And then the ups, the ones that are pink and say up, are the ones that are pink and say up, upgrade all 3 of them 1 stage, and they have 2 stages. So that's when you get the pens and the better erasers, and you'll actually see right at the start here, there's going to be a ton of ammunition. So you got ammo, upgrade. So I just got 60 pencil shots, and now we're going to turn around and let these birds out, and this is an awesome stage. This is just really cool to see. You take out all of the enemies, and you're basically guiding these birds, similar to how we guided the submarine guy at the start of this in the kitchen. And we just have to take out all of the enemies, and there's a lot of them. So just gonna fly around here, stay ahead of the birds. I'm shooting, and the different stages, they like, the enemies will have different amounts of health. So because there's so many enemies, and right there's an upgrade, you see now I have the markers, which deal even more damage, and you can see, look at the white circle, look how big it is now. So it also upgrades the size of your like homing attack area. So there's some ammo, some pencil ammo, which will give me more missiles, and you see the little green circle. So even if I'm like I'll test it with this guy. Look, he's so far at the bottom. You see how the missile like goes into him? It just like homing attacks onto him. So that's kind of the idea with using the white circle. I'll do that in certain locations to manipulate where it's gonna go. You can also do some fun stuff like I could shoot it at the enemy, which I will try to leave one up here to do it. So like I could shoot it at him and then look away and then come back, and then it'll retain its homing attack shot, which I just find really cool. So like I'll try to shoot this way over here. Oh, it kind of just went right to him. Also, another thing is, like, if you notice, the missiles, when I shoot them, they come out of the right side of the plane, then the left side, then the right side, then the left side. That is, like, a big deal. Like, especially when you're doing precise shots, like on the Boiling Rage stage, where I had to hit that burner. Like, I'm actually aiming for my right shot. Like, my left shot, I know it's not going to hit it, because that's not where I'm aiming. Like, I'm aiming for where the right shot's going to go. Like, right now, I'm trying to hit that light switch, for example. So, like, I'm going to aim a little bit to the left of it, because the right shot will hit the light switch, and the left shot will hit the wall. So that's just like a, well, I mean, the explosion still shot the light switch, which is really funny. That turns on the outside light, by the way, which is just, like, really cute. And that's kind of another thing, is you can turn on and off the lights like that. I just like turn the lights off on the stage, which is just super cool. There's so much interactive stuff in this game. It's just super charming. And it's also just like nostalgic, like it reminds you of like your house when you're growing up and all that. And yeah, those birds have finally got there. This is basically an auto-scroller. I mean, it's not basically, it is an auto-scroller. Unlike the submarine one, that stage doesn't end right away. Like, it only ends when you when they actually get there, so you have to wait for them to get there. The submarine one ends as soon as the enemies all die. Alright, so this one is disgusting. There's a gross spider, and there's a lot of bugs on this one. I'm actually going to try to focus up in order to save, like, a lot of time, because if you're slow, like, the slower you are, the more time you lose, which is obvious, but, like, you want to be... If you get ahead of all these bugs, you can take them out much easier than when they all start scattering and get around everywhere. It's not fun. So, something else I just did there was I set that tractor up, which you probably couldn't have noticed, but I set that tractor up to drive on its own. That's kind of something you could do. You could switch vehicles and hit the gas, and the vehicle will just drive on its own. Also, nightmare fuel right there. Oh, it didn't drive on its own. Damn it. So now I have to take a little bit extra time to drive this thing over here. But it normally would have already been over there. I guess I must have missed it. And now there's a bunch of roaches to take out. So we took out the mother roach. I mean, this stage is disgusting. Like, there's nothing else to say. It's absolutely disgusting. So you have to take out the mother roach, and then you have to take out all the small, tiny roaches. And I missed one behind me. That's annoying. I have to turn around to get it. They also don't like to get hit by the missiles right away, so you have to, like, or I should say the machine gun bullets. So you have to, it's it's just really annoying. And that one's getting away from me. It looks like another one got away from me. I'm gonna go ahead and turn around and get that guy before he gets too far. The missiles don't even get them. Okay, there we go. Got him. Get that one. I know there's a couple more catching up over here. You can see how this one gets bad. But if I was fast enough, I would have been able to catch them before they even leave the front doors over there. And there's the last one. Really annoying stage. Alright. Sorry, I'm trying to yap and do all this. It's tricky. But anyway, we're on to the dump truck boss. So this one actually steps it up. We don't have infinite ammo anymore. The last two bosses we had infinite ammo. This one they're like, okay, you got this far. We're going to step it up for you. So I'm actually going to utilize the mines here. The dump truck just follows you, and it first takes damage in the tires. So first I have to take out the tires. And I have to preserve my ammo here. So I took out the tires. Now it's the back dump truck, which takes exactly 9 shots. And then the front part of the dump truck takes 4, which is the final thing. So you take out the tires, then the back, then the front. And there it is. The tires take 5 shots, and I did some damage with the mine, so I only took 3. And then the back one took 9, but I had to shoot 10 because he actually shot one of my missiles out of the air, which is another annoying thing that they can do, is they can actually shoot your missiles out of the air. And then I had to take out the front, and I had just enough ammo to do it. If I didn't do it then, I would have had to wait time to get more ammo, because I picked up both of the ammunitions on that stage. So yeah, just definitely a trickier one. Because if you just miss a couple shots, you're all of a sudden losing a ton of time. And he also, like, you are flimsy. You can definitely die very easily on that one. Anyway, we're now on to the clown plane, which is what I like to call it, and doing another race. This is a very durable plane, but it's kind of slow and clunky. So every vehicle has its own stats also. Some are way more flimsy than others. Some are fast. Some have less or better handling. And this is more of a bulky, like, it actually drives pretty nicely, but it's just kind of bulky and a little bit slow. But honestly, like, that's a good thing, because now you can, like, have better control over it. It turns pretty well. Anyway, so we're just going to try to hit as many boosts as we can while going through the green rings here. And you'll notice, like, this one, like, you don't really have to go through it, because the trigger goes up kind of high, so I can kind of just do that. Cut the corner here. Kind of sneak up here, and you're going to see this one is really bad. Look, I'm not even going to go through the green ring here. Or, I mean, I guess I kind of did, but on the... is this the last lap? There might be one more lap. No, I don't think so. Actually, this is the last lap. But yeah, you can kind of not even go through the green rings on some of them, and still get it. Also, these boosts have different respawn timers. On this stage, luckily, the boosts have a very quick respawn timer, so even if the guy gets it right in front of you, you can still pick it right up. And there we go. Did 3 laps with the clown car. Also, we are on the parents' bedroom now. There is a lot going on. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. I can't even, like, look at chat. I really can't. It's just too difficult. So here's a plane, a train, another auto-scroller. We have to guide this train to the end. And I just blew up the divider so that it goes on the quick path. You kind of see the train tracks right in front of me. And I just have to take out all the enemies here so that it doesn't... they don't kill it. And yes, it might look like that was kind of hard, but it's actually, like, playing this game so much, that's one of the easier things, is just taking out all those enemies. And these ones you don't even have to take out. This is just, like, my kind of routine to not be bored while I wait for the stage to end. So yeah, you'll see, I'll just kind of switch around and show you some stuff here. You can take out the lights. Let me shoot the light out. Boom. No more lights in this room. And take out the last couple enemies. And you got the mines, you got the erasers, and there goes the train finishing the stage. This one is another one where they're like, hey, you know what, let's fill the room up with water, and let's make this one your firefighter now. So if you notice, this was the same plane that we used, or we didn't use it, but it was used to take out the fires in the other stage. So anytime it has to deal with, like, putting out fires, this is the plane, which I just find super adorable that they kind of keep that theme of the vehicles, like they all have their own kind of job. And this isn't the last time you see this vehicle either. I think there's one more stage where you have to take out fires and they use this plane. So I'm just going to do some movement to pick up the water off of the floor, put out the fires. Pretty simple.
Okay, this is one of the most tricky stages. Okay, so every once in a while they throw one of these at you, where you only have one vehicle and it can only pick up things, but you have to take out enemies. So they'll give you these toy soldiers, and once again, you're going to notice me going up these ramps at an angle, because going up straight does not work. So I'm going to avoid damage here. The whole thing is you need to get to the end of the stage with these guys without dying. So, I mean, well, the game wants you to, like, take everything out. My own guy just shot me, by the way, which is not very nice. But you're going to see I'm going to get really, really low here. In the top right, you can see my health. I'm getting super low, but I made it through, and you only have to take out these two guys back here in order to beat the stage, and we did it. So very tricky stage, very scary. You get very low on health, but we used our toy soldiers in a nice way in order to take them out. So here, I successfully made the plane drive on its own there. Okay, I heard it get the power up, so that's good. And this one is like a Pearl Harbor type of stage. So you need to take out all the submarines. Those submarines take 5 shots each. We're going to use splash damage to take them out. And then we're going to actually just drive, because we have 5 planes on here, and or 4 of them, and if you drive right into these subs, it takes them out immediately. They actually take 10 shots, the big ones. So there's 5 of them. We took out the first 2 and then drove into the third one, and then right there we just took out the last one, or took out the second to last one and then drove into the last one. Okay, on to the next one, where we have 2 vehicles here. We're going to switch immediately to the jet because it is very fast. Immediately hit the gate to open up that gate, and then immediately fly and hit this one to open up the second and final gate. And we are actually escorting that trail of slippers. That's what it is, a bunch of slippers throughout this stage. So you can see the slippers and things right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and get ahead. I got full upgrades just because I know where they are, of course. And I'm just going to take out all of the turrets on this stage before they even have to come close to dealing with them to make their lives nice and easy. So we're just going to fly around. I'm out of ammo, but I know that there is an ammo right here behind this curtain, which is just a cool little way. They like to hide stuff on you. Take out another enemy there. There's a tank hiding underneath here. Also, these typically take 4 shots, but because I have the upgrades, it only takes 3 shots with the pens and 2 shots with the markers. So here I'm taking out the final tank right there, and now there are two planes and 2 helicopters left, which the helicopters come out of the drains at a certain point in time, and the planes are actually hiding, waiting for their opportunity to come out, but I'm not going to let them. I'm going to sneak up on them here. Well, let's just land. And now we're stopped. I'm just going to slowly turn around. See, he's waiting for a certain time cue to come out, but we're just going to take him out before he even gets out. And let's just disrespect him by taking him out with the machine gun. And now there's one more guy underneath here, but he likes to drop bombs, and as soon as we go in there, he tries to drop a bomb and he blows himself up, which I always find very funny. So, yeah, that guy's gone. And now it's just the 2 helicopters, which have come out of the drain over there, and here they are. They are very flimsy, so they only die in 1 shot. And that's it. That's the whole stage. We've taken out every enemy, and now it's just escorting these guys all the way there. And they've just made it through the first gate, and they're going to take the scenic route. They're gonna drive through this entire area before they finally make it to the end. And there's no speeding this up. This is the longest stage in the game. It is a 5-minute and 50-second stage, and there's nothing you can do about it. So this is kind of a small area, by the way, if you looked at compared to the other areas. We had the kitchen, which kind of had 2 rooms. The children's bedroom, which was just kind of a bigger area. The hallway and mezzanine was like really huge as well, with like the bugs and all that, and it even has the whole drain section and everything. This one you can't go into the drains, like you can see there. There is a multiplayer to this game, by the way, and in the multiplayer you can go in the drains in this area. But yeah, so now we just have to like kill time, so I'll just kind of, I don't know, try to figure out things to talk about. So like you could kind of shoot some, well, on this stage you can't, but a lot of the time, yeah, look, I could shoot that guy. So like a lot of the times these cosmetic things will actually be destructible. And also let me check out chat a little bit, I guess. What's all that fun? Flashbacks. Oh my goodness. Yeah, definitely. Oh wait, that's our other car right there. See, this is our Hey, what's up? They're hanging out. So on this stage, you could actually lose one of the vehicles and you're still fine. You don't have to succeed with 2 of them. Other stages, if you lose a vehicle, it will end the stage right away. There's a lot of like different requirements and things for beating these stages. There we go. We took that guy out. Imagine I just failed because of that. That would have been awful. And let's see. I think this little thing on the shelf right here. Yeah, look at this. They got little like toothpaste and deodorant. Yeah, let's get that out. Yeah, get your aftershave out of here. Wait, actually, what does that say? Let's get a closer look at that. I've never looked at this before. Oh, come on. Please land. Alright, I still have a minute and 50 seconds to land this plane next to that thing and read it. Alright, let's land here. I don't know what that says. End co. Try not to take off here. It says cream, but like backwards. And I can't read what it says on the bottom, but it says Paris. Lodon, Paris, New York, Tokyo. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Cream. I never noticed that. There's also different things that kind of recur in the different areas, like this vacuum right here. This is just kind of laying down, blocking things in here, but you'll notice the vacuum is going to be a big part of a stage in the attic, which we're not at yet. We're in the 4th area right now, and we're about to be out of this area. This is the last stage before the boss, and then we will be taking out the pirate ship in the next stage, and then going into the garage, and that's where everything kind of starts taking it up a level. Like, everything starts getting even more difficult then. So this boss already is like ammo management, and the boss has so many different areas. Like, you have to hit the sail, then the front of the ship, then the other sail, then the left side, then the right side, then the back. Like, there's a lot of different damaging areas for this boss. So we'll see if I can one cycle it. So I'll come in here, aim for the back, aim for the front, take out the other sail, take out the right, take out the left, and then take out the back. Barely. I was at such an awful angle there, but yeah, look at him. Just absolutely massacred that guy. Now we're on to the garage. So 3 areas left, and then the basement, and onto the race. And you'll notice again, we have the same set of cars as the other race. We have the taxi, the toilet car, and the bus, and we are the race car. There is no drift button in this game, by the way, so that was like insanely difficult, and I just pulled it off right there. Is getting a perfect lineup, and then I failed the easy thing. But yeah, is getting a perfect lineup. Oh man, this guy's gonna steal the boost. He's gonna steal my boost. He stole the boost. Taxi car. Man, the other guys troll you sometimes. It was kind of my fault because I was slow though. And okay, nice landing off of the desk again. Also, I don't know if I talked about the gravity thing too much, but when you're driving on the cars, they have these like little gravity ramps, which is such a cool concept for a game that came out in 1999. Like to be able to just drive up and down the walls like that, and just take that guy out for no reason. He's in my way. And what are you doing, bus? Almost in my way there. Take the little shortcut over the painting, and hopefully the bus misses the ramp. Nice, he missed the ramp. If he got the ramp, he would have stolen my boost. Alright, let's try to stay on track here. And they're using like little cards and everything to like keep you in place. Like, I just love all the little household items and tools that they use as like props for the stages. It's so cute. It's so charming. This game is incredibly charming. Very, very fun casually, and kind of a nightmare to speedrun, but if you got nostalgia like I do, it's pretty fun. So I think this is the last lap, and yep, there we go. Get the cool scenic view and end the stage. So now we're going to start getting crazy. There's a bunch of UFOs coming in from the vent, and we got to take them out. Take out these UFOs. Oh, come on, that one got away. I missed that one too somehow. Alright. Now here, if you actually shoot any of the enemies, or not the enemies, but your friendlies, it's not good. You will lose. But yeah, they're trying to suck up all the guys. You just kind of take out all of the UFOs, and that's the stage. Also notice we're in like a different area. This whole area has 2 different sections. There's the garage area, and then like the office area. So here, Pirate's Booty. This is like the hardest casual stage in this game, without a doubt. And we just have to restart the stage. Yep, pretty typical. But anyway, so this is a hostage pickup vehicle. It's a bus. We need to pick up the princess and the jewelry. But we're going to start glitching this game out like crazy. And we're going to actually pick up the princess through the wall right there. You're supposed to do a cool... I'm not even going to try to tell you what they want you to do to get that princess. But instead of that, you just drive off the edge, pick her up through the wall. Because the pickup function works through walls in this game. And you just saw me do it again as I picked up the jewelry through the treasure chest, which is another thing they expected you to do. But instead of doing any of that, we just pick everything up through the wall and drop it all off back at the base. And there it is. Now onto Vertigo. There's a couple scientists. We have to save them. This is like a cool teamwork stage where you're supposed to use all 3 vehicles. So we're going to make the bus drive by itself to get a little bit of a head start. Use the tank to take out the guy. We only have 1 missile on the tank, by the way. So this is like just a combination of everything that's cool in this game. Like hostage pickup vehicle, plane, missile management. And so we get the bus into the elevator. We send it up. And now you'll notice in the background, I'm actually driving the tank. And I'm doing a precise setup in the background to set it up so that my 1 missile here is perfectly aligned with that drill. I didn't even have to move it. I could have just shot it blind. And now we're going to drive up the skis. We're very high up, so if you fall off here, it's really, really bad. So we're not going to fall. And we are going to make sure we get health because the bus is very, very weak. And we are going to drive across this cardboard. That cardboard would not have been elevated like that if we didn't shoot that drill. So the drill like spun around and allowed the cardboard to cross that gap. So we had to shoot that cardboard or else you couldn't cross with the bus. And we're going to drop the 3 scientists off. And that's that stage. And now we're on to another tricky one, because this one, you only get this truck again. And when you see this truck, you know it's not going to be fun, because we have to use only the toy soldiers. And we have to drop them off in a pretty precise way so that they don't die to those enemies up there. We are manipulating the enemies to be looking at me right now. We get good RNG to get a boost right here, but it's actually going to send us ridiculously far and hopefully not off the edge. Cool. And we're going to drive up the skis. And off of here, up another, whatever you want to call this. Is it a ski? I don't know, but it's a ramp. We're going up it. And we're taking these soldiers over to the office room, but we have to cross all the way up here. This is a very, very difficult stage, casually. And for speedrun, like, I'm not even going to lie, this stage sucks to speedrun for the IL. You could actually land directly up there, but I missed it. So you're going to take the ramp up instead. And now we're kind of low on health, so we're going to be careful. I'm going to drive off this fan at a slow speed so that we don't go too far. We don't want to go flying, and we did kind of go flying anyway. Stay on. Okay, we landed on the keyboard. And we're going to avoid this tank, go down this ramp, getting really low here. And drive off of here. Did I land in there? Okay, good, I landed in. Drop off our guys to take out the last enemy, which you couldn't even see. And now we unlocked the plane, which... Oh, I didn't want that. Do a little bit of a spin to prevent that. We're going to go back through the gate here. Shut off the light for no reason. And yeah, anyway, this whole point of the stage is to take out this lemur. But we couldn't take the lemur out because we had no way to shoot it. And the army guys don't want to attack the lemur. Like, they're not programmed to do so. So we have to go and unlock this plane. Helicopter, and then come and get some ammo, take the lemur out. Oh, he dropped a boost. Okay, there we go. That's another stage. On to the next one. We're back to UFOs, but this one is crazy. This one's got like a mini boss. This one you have to save a bunch of guys. Like I told you, the stages start to get kind of crazy in the garage. So this one, we're going to just start by juicing up. We're going to get a bunch of ammunition. We have 2 vehicles to work with here. The other one's just a hostage pickup vehicle, so we're only going to use this one. We're going to go inside of the lawnmower, get a bunch of more upgrades. Now we got the pens. We got 40 pens, and now we're going to start taking some UFOs out, which only get triggered when you get close enough to them, so I'm going to stay kind of far. And try to take all of them out. Nice. We got all of them done. Very, very nice right there. That if they start to get away from you, this just gets not fun. So that was good to get out of the way, really. Now, inside of here is a massive UFO. Look at that thing. That thing is terrifying. So we're going to come up here. We are gonna get a little bit more ammo. We're gonna maybe shoot a couple of erasers at it in the meantime. Get the upgrade, and now we're just gonna unload into this thing. Boom, 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 boom. There is like a minimum time to shoot your missiles. Like you can't just spam them infinitely. Also, I'm gonna start driving during that. Like I switched and was driving while we're waiting for that camera to fix. But yeah, you can't just spam like I can't just sit there and mash and get infinite bullets out. There's like a minimum cooldown. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. There's like a cooldown on how far you can shoot, so you have to time it very well to get the fastest type of shots out. Because if you spam it too fast, you just like miss the beat. And we're gonna pick the guys up, especially the cow. Got to save that cow and drop the enemies off. This is like the coolest boss. Okay, coolest boss, worst vehicle. This vehicle dies in like two hits. So we're gonna take a teleporter to the other side of the room, pick this thing up. This guy's following you. We have to hit his little antenna on top. Nice, got it. That's very, very tricky. You only get one shot at it. Now take out the front before you take damage. Take out the tires. Take out the front. Take out that gun. And come on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, that's not good. Alright, let me try to just shift around here. I really don't want to fail this at this point. Alright, there we go. Luckily, I saved a lot of ammo, and I was able to just take him out. You saw I was getting chunked. That's a really, really, really difficult boss. Definitely something I was practicing and really trying to make sure I got that in one try, which I did. So, there we go. But yeah, one of the coolest bosses. There's like 6 weak spots. It's really, really tricky. Especially with the amount of ammo you have. It's so strong with the shots. They all homing attack onto you with a really, really long distance. You could be across the entire garage and they'll still be hitting you. Anyway, on to the next race. Helicopter race. A little bit tricky here. Like, the vehicle turns very well. It's a nice vehicle, but like the layout of this race is what makes this one tricky. Like right here, like you have to get the boost and then go up and not hit that box to barely get that one, and then they hit you with like the really sharp turns and all the obstacles in the way. So yeah, they're really stepping it up here in the attic. 6th area, by the way. A lot of yapping going on, but just a lot to say, so sorry. I'm just gonna keep yapping until we get through this. Okay, I've already used my certified never happen moment, but I just gotta be honest, I've never had that. I've never done that before. Maybe because I restart the second I hit the box, but anyway, whatever. Yeah, also the creepy armored guy is just like moving on his own. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, you see, I didn't even go through that green ring and it still counted because the trigger volume is in a different location than where the visual of it is, which happens a lot during these races. So yeah, I can't even like look away because it's just too difficult. On to Little Big Taxi. This is kind of like the maze stage, but a lot less difficult because now we're the taxi, which makes sense because the whole idea on this one is to pick the guy up and drop him off at the train station. He got lost, and he's supposed to meet his girlfriend at the train, and she's going to be really pissed if he doesn't get to the train in time, so we're here to help him out. Crazy taxi time, hit the boost, shoot off of here, there's the guy, pick him up, boom, got him, little drive-by, scoop him, yes, that's a surfboard that he's holding, and go right through this little mouse trap, and come up here. This is a really cool area, by the way. I really enjoy this area. And fall off here and drive up the ramp and drop them off at the lady. And there they are, and I'm right in between. Gare. Don't know what that means, but there we go. On to one of the worst stages. This is the vacuum stage, and you see we're using the toilet car, but it's got a little bit of yellow now, I guess, after going through the toilet. So instead of blue, it's yellow. And we are going to drive this toilet car throughout a little bit of a maze that obviously I know exactly the way to go. Drive up the cards, and we're going to turn on the vacuum because we have no way to attack or do anything with this vehicle, yet we need to take out all those tanks. So we're going to turn on the vacuum, get this cool camera angle, and watch them suck up all the tanks as they drive around. And once they are all taken out, we will be able to switch to the second vehicle, which is a really clunky looking plane that is going to be able to pick up soldiers. And that's where the stage starts getting really not fun, because we need to use these soldiers here. So I'm going to come over and pick up these 5. Unlike with the missiles, you can actually pick up as fast as you possibly want to, so I will just pick them up very, very quickly. And I will try to drop these guys off here in a good location to maximize my RNG chances. So I'm completely relying on these guys to do all of the work for me here and not just fail miserably. They could just all die, and I just fail the stage. That could happen. It's happened before. It will happen again. Well, let's hope it doesn't happen today. I only get 15 of them, so it looks like they're doing okay, though, so far. Yeah, it looks like they're doing okay, so I have some confidence that they'll get the job done. And there we go. We dropped them off, and yeah, they're doing a real good job. They are doing a real good job. So I can't really do anything here. I just have to wait for them. Maybe I could, like, pick, like, this guy up. He's not doing anything and drop him off. That was a really good, really, really good. Great job, guys. Oh, that's a really good time. I think my best time is like a 1:30, so to get that, really good. And I messed up at the beginning. That was really, really good. Anyway, all right, the heist. So this one, you have to pick up 8 pieces of jewelry, bring them back. So we're going to pick up through the wall using our favorite glitch of picking stuff up through the wall. And we are going to bring these 3 pieces back towards the gate, because I said I need 8. You only have 5 slots, so how are we going to deal with that? And drop them off outside the gate, because why drive inside the gate and then drive out of it again? I'm going to only drive inside the gate once and pick those things up through the wall later. So here, going to get... Oh, there's a second one. Now there's 3 more to get. They're hidden inside of a piggy bank, and this is where it gets a bit scary. So you just definitely don't want to die here. It can be very tricky. You have to make a precise drive up this ramp. And we are getting clapped, but we fell off just in time. One more missile and I would have been dead there, because you can see the puke-colored smoke coming out of the car. And just drop everything off inside the birdcage, and there we go. Nicely done. Very nicely done. On to the heist. The heist... okay, the heist, this one you have to take out 3 tanks and 2 trucks. So... there's one of the tanks. They kind of just drive around in a specific pattern, but I obviously know the pattern, and I'm gonna drive optimally to take them out in a reasonable amount of time. So come up here, deal with that. Now this is important that we maintain our direction. And what I mean by direction is maintain the crosshair over the vehicle, because if I turned away too early on that guy, he would, the missiles would stop homing attack, and then they would miss him. So here, just going to wait for both the tanks to come to you. I was a little bit slow. I could have chased them down if I was faster, but here we go. Took out 3 tanks, 2 trucks, and that's that one. This is another very, very tricky one. So I have to take out the witch, and the faster you take it out, the better. And we're going to use the machine gun a lot, and hopefully I can hit it a lot at the start here, which I did not hit it that much. Oh, nice. We got a really, really good pattern for her. That is fantastic. She can go in a lot of different ways, like 5 different directions. That was probably the best one, where I can just kind of continue to drive straight. Come on, man. This is one of the hardest parts about this stage, is that the vehicles are like wobbling on the floor and you can't really switch them out. And here we are again with the fire extinguisher plane. So we're going to pick up the water, drop them off onto the fires, and go get some more water and rinse and repeat until we put out all the fires to save the carrot guy. And by carrot guy, I mean a bunny. I don't know why I said carrot guy. That's kind of a weird way to say bunny. I am, like, just not putting out any of the fires right now. Each of these fires require 4, I believe, to put them out. So, let me just, like, make sure I actually get it this time. Wow. Still didn't put it out. What is going on? How many do I have to drop here? This is, like, bad. Usually this is not a problem. How am I failing this bad? Alright, there's that one. There's that one. I guess I just must have missed all of the first ones I dropped, because that other fire, you can see on the mini-map, that's what I'm looking at to tell if I put them out or not. The little red dots will disappear. But yeah, I'm gonna guess there's just one more to drop on this one, right? Yeah. And there's the bunny. Let's watch him eat a carrot. Eat that carrot. There you go. Alright, on to Peggy. We're in 6th area of the attic. We're getting pretty close here. So Peggy is a horse that you take out the wings, then the ears, and then the head. It's a little bit less of like a million different weak spots, but it's just very, very tricky. Very, very tricky. We'll see if I can take out the wings in a reasonable time. The whole goal is to, like, not die and avoid as much damage as we can. Which, that was good. Let's avoid the first shot, which I did. And take out the head. So the hard part there is actually, like, the accuracy. Like, you saw those ears only took 2 or 3 shots, but to hit them is, like, really, really tricky because they're super small weak spots. But that was actually, like, really good. Really clean. Alright, on to the final race. Or, actually, maybe the final race. This is the coolest area, alright? We're in the greenhouse area, and it is massive, and it is cool. And we are a jet, and we're going to fly through the whole area. Or some of the area. And complete this race here. 3 laps of it. So we'll see. You can do a little loop-de-loop here. Hit the boost, and nope. Just gonna miss the boost. And yep, you can see it's like a really nice large area. Look at that painting up there. I don't know if you guys saw that. I don't know if I ever noticed that, but that was a bit weird. I wonder if that's the mom. Seems like it. Anyway, we're going through these green rings. I'm gonna cut the right of that one. Get the boost, get the other boost. These ones take a while to respawn. And hopefully get that boost this time. There we go. Now we're coming up here. We barely got that one in time. See, they take a while to respawn. That was from the last lap when I picked it up. So you can actually, there's such thing as going too fast for the IL on the stage. And just going through. One more lap. Pick that boost up as it respawns. Same with that one. And let's see if we can do this one too. There we go. And one final one. Boom. And that's the last lap. So, only a couple stages left to go. And we'll be done shortly here. Oh, I have not been splitting, but honestly, who cares? Alright, dogfights. This is a very simple stage. You have to take out 3 planes. It's just that simple. Alright. Oh, good RNG. We get more missiles. Oh, man, that's going to help out a lot. So now I can even afford to, like, waste a couple. Easy peasy. We love getting a bunch of missiles. And the amount of missiles you get is also random. It can be anything from 1 to 10. So 1 wouldn't have been too great, but 10 obviously would have been really good. This one, Planet Invaders. So we're on start on the pool table. Look at this vehicle, by the way. This is the coolest vehicle in the game. You cannot argue otherwise. You are a matchbox with dice on it. It's just so cool. So this is a hostage pickup vehicle. We're gonna pick up the guy through the jail. They did not realize you could pick stuff up through walls in this game, so they intended for you to use the other vehicle to, like, take out that whole base of enemies and then blow up the jail, but of course we are just never going to do that, and we're just going to pick the guy up right through the wall, drop him off to unlock the final vehicle, which is a cork. That's the whole vehicle. It's the only time you use it in the game. It looks weird. It's cool. It controls like crazy. Very wonky, but you're a cork. Yep. And we're just gonna play a graffiti tag with the 3 planets here. So the mushroom planet, we gotta turn it blue. And you see he's gonna turn that basketball red, but that's not his basketball, that's my basketball. So give me that basketball, and that's the end of the stage. On to Crazy Train. Alright, this one's crazy. I'm gonna try to one-cycle it. You like what I did there? I said crazy, and it's called Crazy Train. This is the laggiest stage. Very, very laggy. Because there's a lot going on. So I only have 12 upgraded erasers to work with. Well, technically you have a bunch of different planes, but I'm going to try to one-cycle it. So we're going to use the upgraded machine gun to take out that back turret as much as possible. I just have to take out the train here in all of its weak spots, so let's see if I can do this well. Alright, take out the front. Took out the back, now you take out the small turrets in the center. Come on. Get him. Alright, just before the turn. Just before the turn we got him. It would have been really difficult to get him after the turn. We'll call that a one-cycle, even though it was not very nice. Alright, now this is like the ultimate stage. Honestly, I feel like this is the ultimate. It requires so much of you. It's one of the longer ones. And we'll see if we can do it. So I just sent both of those vehicles driving by themselves. We have the guy who has to pick up the soldiers. We have the bus who has to pick up the hostages. And we have a million enemies here that we're going to have to take out. Honestly, I might just have to restart this one because I've already screwed this up. Yeah. It's very difficult. There's a lot of tanks. You got to take out everything. There's a lot going on. All right. I'm going to drive the tank off in a way that's like, that's slow. Like, you don't want that to happen. And we'll just see what we can do here. Come on, get him before he goes down. Got it. All right, we got that. All right. They're all going in different directions, and you want to kind of get them before they fall off here, so. They could also have good RNG or bad RNG. I'm actually just going to play it safe. Try to avoid taking extra damage here from this guy. Take that guy out. Okay. And I'm going to try to drive up this. Come on, get up there. And get more ammo and repair. So I typically wouldn't do this, but just for marathon's sake and to not losing, we're gonna pick that stuff up. And there is one more tank or two more tanks that have gone down into this lower section. So I need to drive down here. There we go. So typically I would have been able to take those out earlier, and right, use those guys to take those out, and use this guy to take out the last two. Sorry, it's hard to talk during this stage because there's a lot going on. So now that I took out every enemy, which is one of the requirements, you have to take out every enemy, and then you have to pick up some dudes and bring them all home. 9 of them to be specific. So you don't have to save everybody on this one. I'm actually going to send the vehicle on its own right here and switch to the bus, which is kind of something fun you can do. So I'm going to use the bus in the meantime, and I'm going to pick up the required amount of guys I need. And now I'm going to send the bus off in the correct direction and switch back to the guy who didn't even drive. That's great. So he didn't even do anything the whole time. I thought I could be cool there, but not cool. Just very average. And then you just got to bring everything back home to the home base here and drop it off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch to the bus. Say the bus automatically drove all the way over here in that meantime. So saved a little bit of time by having him, you know, I didn't have to spend my time as the bus, yet it drove all the way over here on its own, which is kind of funny. Using the glitch that... so the two major glitches in this game are being able to pick things up through walls and being able to have the vehicles drive on their own, but they can only drive forward. But you could also do funny things like at the start of this stage, I used the hostage pickup truck over there, the army truck, and I sent it in a direction so that it was going to angle off the wall and then fall down, which is why when I used it, I was already down where everything was. Anyway, on to the second to last stage. We were going to use the matchbox vehicle one last time, and this is called the piano predicament. So we're going to, if you remember from the very first area in the kitchen, there was the big bomb. We have to get the big bomb, but it's in this crazily guarded fish tank. So we're just going to cheese it through the wall, get out of there with the big bomb, and we're going to go drop it off inside the piano. Boom, and blow up the piano. It's just that simple. The last stage is one of the more simple ones. And on to Sir Alderac, the final boss before the final boss, if you know what I'm saying. This is when they give you infinite ammo, because they're like, you know what, we're just going to hit you with one of the trickiest bosses that has a lot of phases, and he does random air movement, by the way. So first take out the wings, get more ammo. Now he's going to go through like a 20-second animation of... He's like a transformer, this guy. So he kind of looked more simple, but now that he landed, he's actually over there transforming into like this weird robotic monster thing. And now we have to take out its front arms, then its back, now the back. There's the back, and now the head. Alright, there it is. But definitely very tricky, especially casually. I mean, people usually take some time to beat that one casually. But there he is. Now we have unlocked all of the bosses, and there's only one thing to do and take out Huggy Bear. But before we do that, what's this? A hidden area. We're going to check out this hidden area. Now this is jank at its finest. If you want to see slop, you've come to the right place. Because we're a snail, and we're doing one of the worst races in this entire game, where they just pooped out all of the things that they possibly could, made the game as laggy as they could, and just put a bunch of random stuff, and you have to race. And everything looks terrible, and you can't see anything, and I'm very practiced on the stage. But anyway, this stage sucks. Like, there's just no other way to say it. See, like, right there, I just randomly got hit by a spider, and it just makes me do a random input. So whenever you see those weird bulldozers like this, it's now making me go backwards. Oh my goodness. Anyway, you can't have any control over your snail when you get hit by the bulldozer effect. Just silly. And they're not even bulldozers, by the way. They're like steamrollers. I don't know. Some kind of construction vehicle. Why? I have no idea. Alright, don't ask me why. Ask the French people that made this game why there's steamrollers that go over your head when you decide to... They decide to make you do a random directional input whenever you get hit. And they have, like, homing attack. They're just like, oh my goodness. There's invisible walls. There's frogs that make you do the same thing. What is going on here? And also, your gas goes down like crazy. Your gas is shown as a leaf in this one. And you could see it depleting like absolutely crazy here. So that's just another thing you have to deal with, is running out of gas. Oh, there's a frog. Okay. We dodged the frog. We're going crazy. Here's a spider. Let's get some gas. Boom, we got some gas. Let's get the boost. Boom. There's crackers everywhere. Get the other boost. Get the other gas. Avoid the spider. Avoid the mosquito dropping those weird things on us. Avoid the other spider. Nice, he didn't hit us that time. Completely missed the green circle, but get it anyway. Oh no, the mosquito. Okay, at least he made us go in a favorable direction. So here, they actually want you to do like a roundabout, but you can just grab it and go backwards. It's a little bit faster. And then we go through the loop. There's only a 2-lap race, and as long as you beat the other snails, you beat the stage. So this one's not really time-based like all the rest. Oh my goodness, where am I going? Alright, we're good, we're good. Just watch out for the frogs. Yes, nice job, you get out of my way, and we're gonna miss the last boost. Fantastic. And go up to finish the stage here. The jank is absolutely unmatched on this one. You can't get any jankier than this. Alright, now that we beat that stage, which you only unlock by 100%ing every other stage. So you beat the trophy on every other stage, you unlock the hidden area. Now that we beat the hidden area, we have a new missile upgrade called the battery. And you're going to see, I could be any boss that I choose here. We have all of them. They're ours now. If we didn't take them out, if we didn't kill them, we would have to fight them. They would all be in this area. You'd have to fight all of them. It is unbelievable. But instead of that, we have them all, so we don't have to fight anything. And this battery is so broken. So this last boss is about to be a joke. It's going to lag the game like crazy. It deals like 50 damage per shot. You have infinite ammo. And we're just going to completely destroy Huggy Bear. Get him out of his jumper. Get him out of his stupid little jetpack suit with the dartboard on the front of it. Hurry up and do your animation so I can take your arms out. Now we're going to take out his left arm. Take out his right arm. And where's that head at, buddy? Your iframes? Iframes, huh? There we go. Oh, okay. Well, he took out one of our vehicles, but whatever. Let's finish him with the horse. I don't know why, but the horse is nice because it like sits at the perfect height of his head. We can just shoot a million bolts and just take his head out. But he took me out too. But it is what it is. Do your fancy schmancy little death animation. And on to the last and final stage. I promise I'm about to shut up. But before that, I just want to say thanks for enjoying this game with me. This is the last stage. And it's actually an after stage where we are going to be rewarded with a cutscene that wraps this whole game up, and I'm going to let it play out, I promise. As soon as I do this, I'm just going to glitch the game one more time by picking up all the guys through the wall, and here we go.
Captain. 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 Captain.
And there it is. So the whole time we were playing the game, we were actually just daydreaming during our day job of flying a plane. And lucky for us, we had all those good memories of imaginary flying planes when we were kids, so we avoided the mountain that we were directly flying into. Because, you know, we definitely didn't lose our jobs after this or anything, you know, just because we avoided the mountain. If we hit the mountain, we would have probably lost our jobs and our lives, but instead, we avoided the mountain, keep our jobs. Actually, the hero of the story is that flight attendant. I mean, she was waking us up. Like, what are we doing? We're flying a plane and we're sleeping? Really? But anyway, pretty cute game. This on the right, these are a bunch of college kids that made this game. They're a company called No Cliche, who has only ever made 1 or 2 games, and they don't exist anymore. Sega picked them up, and they made this game on the Dreamcast. Just a bunch of college kids. This could have been any of us. And they just put out this fantastic game that does not get nearly enough love, not nearly enough recognition. Somebody needs to make a remake of this game. I've never seen a game that is kind of like this. There needs to be something like this. It would be a banger. If anybody's out there and knows how to code games or anything like that, I'm not even kidding on this. Reach out to me. Like, I would get invested and put in work, whatever I can do. Like, invest in this becoming like a remake or something of this idea or concept just coming back, putting it as like a Steam indie game. It would absolutely kill it on Steam. Yes, we need to make this happen. But anyway, I've even reached out to some of the people here, like this guy on the bottom right with the watch on. I've actually tried to reach out to this guy to see like about the rights to his game and all that. He's like in his 50s now, but they just don't really go on social media, I guess. You're an old designer for video games? Seriously, I'm not even kidding. Like, this game, there needs to be something like this today. There is not, as far as I know of. But we should create that and make it happen. Message me, seriously. Let's talk about it. Let's brainstorm. Anyway, that's Toy Commander. Absolutely love this game. That's every area completed. Every trophy of every area. If you want to play this, you need to have a Dreamcast, unfortunately. I don't know how to port it or anything. Maybe you can... There's probably some way you can do it. But anyway, that's that. Appreciate everybody enjoying the time with me. I'll give you one more look at the Dreamcast controller here. Really corny, really bulky. A look at the Dreamcast itself. There it is. Cool console. Still in good shape. And, yeah. Anyway, that's that. Thank you again for Nissan Alex for the marathon, and good luck to all the other runners. I'll be hanging out in the chat. And yeah, just once again, thank you guys so much. I appreciate this. I'm having a great time here. It's my last run of the marathon, so take care. See you guys around.